And
Hello.
my subject is building financial freedom, smarter, not harder. Do you know the largest bill most people have is the rent or the mortgage? What, when is your next mortgage or rent payment due? Everyone I know pays their rent or mortgage between the 1st and the 15th of the month. My rent is due on or before the 3rd of the month. Is your mortgage or rent the largest bill you pay monthly? As a matter of fact, your rent, or at least my rent, or mortgage, tends to take up most of my paycheck, especially because I get paid twice a month. Remember back in January of 2019 when the government shut down? Many federal employees did not get it paid and could not pay their bills, depleting their savings accounts while waiting on the government to reopen and process their checks. The New York Times did an article describing the impact of the shutdown and pending tax refunds potentially being higher or later than usual. The government shutdown coincided with one of Internet's Internal Revenue Service's busiest times. Many lives were negatively affected by the government shutdown. Life could have been somewhat better if a plan had been in place or a savings account was much higher. The people suffering from the shutdown were government workers. They're receiving help from the government agencies. What happens if the government agencies or the next shutdown affects more than the government employees? The state of America makes you question how anyone can survive without help when you aren't able to help yourself. Most homes are now two-family incomes. Being cash poor is something that is most adults and college students are dealing with daily. Most young adults believe that living paycheck to paycheck goes hand in hand with being young or just a college student. The New York Times read an article also saying America wants to believe that jobs are the solution to poverty when they're not. Everyone who works or attends school are aware that money moves mountains. The more you have, the more you can afford. Life lessons should tell us that being cash poor is not a good thing. What can we do about it if work doesn't work? Every year you work, you may receive an income tax refund. What you do with it can change your life. I would love to persuade everyone to utilize their income tax to help them get ahead. I would love to persuade everyone to utilize their income tax toward getting ahead financially. Every year we wait earnestly for our income tax to be deposited into our account or show up in the mail. December 31st any year starts the parting period for the next 3 or 4 months. Money is plentiful. If you work, and especially if you work and have children at the end of the year, starts the process of gifts of an income tax. Forbes has listed the tax refund chart to help people guess when they will receive their income tax. Income tax refunds have become big business. Commercials specific to tax refunds are plastered all over the TV. Stores offer tax refunds and sales, and car dealerships have special deals geared toward using income tax, and almost everyone is waiting for your income tax to arrive. Joy, joy. The mortgage company, water, electric, cable company, cell phone company are also waiting on this money. The utility company also sends ads and commercials in order to get your business or your attention. These ads are called bills and termination notices. The mortgage company, finance companies, these bills are called liens or foreclosures. What if you use your income tax to pay your biggest bill, your mortgage or your rent? What if you send a check for a larger amount to the electric, gas, or maybe the water company? They won't send it back. I promise you they won't send it back. You'll have a credit. If I could persuade you to do anything, it would be to free yourself up for a few months. When you receive your income tax or your large sum of money, pay double on your rent or send a principal amount to your mortgage company or your finance company. If I could persuade you to do anything, it would be to use your income tax to benefit for yourself in the long haul. Use your paycheck to buy your TV. Take your girl out. Buy your engagement ring. I know this because I do this every year. I take my income tax and I pay my rent for a year. I then take my checks for my next 3 months and pay my utility bills for 6 months. Pay off my car insurance and increase my 401k. I'm able to do all of this because I utilize my income tax to prepare me further than my paychecks can. Using your income tax is wise. Income tax is something we look forward to. We understand it comes slowly and we lose very quickly. If used correctly, the use of your income tax can linger to the remainder of your year, building the new year from year to year to year if you do it correctly. The money you save for not having to pay your rent or your mortgage, which usually is the largest bill, you can increase your 401k. For mortgage owners, I understand that's a little bit different. For mortgage owners, if you pay early, it all gets summed up, so it doesn't really help you. But you could get money orders, date them for the days that you want to pay your mortgage, and set that aside for when those mortgage payments are due. Then you can use a little bit out of your paycheck and use that to pay down the principal on your mortgage.
Yes.
And that will free you up, reducing the amount of time and interest that you pay towards your loan. This also works on car loans too. You can use your income tax to either buy a car cash and not have to pay the monthly note, and that eliminates the interest, or you can use that, throw that lump sum to your 401k, which reduces your tax interest, which gives you less taxes to pay at the end of the year. However it goes, think smarter, not harder. Financial freedom is not only meant for the rich and the famous. Normal people can be debt-free also. If you have available cash, there really is no need to have credit cards. So if there's no need to have credit cards, then eliminate the credit card debt. What do you have to lose? Your income tax is not something you earn, or not really that you really earn. Consider it as a gift. A gift you give yourself with financial freedom. We are all aware that the government can hurt us financially, intentionally or unintentionally. We're all aware that a job does not secure us financially. Texas is an at-will state. We are all excited about receiving an income tax refund. I challenge everyone to use their income tax to free themselves from debt. I am a witness, and my mother is the model I want to live by. My mother is 73 years old. She bought her home at the age of 70. When she retired, she bought a new car with cash, all new furniture. This is all done with her 401k. While working, she paid the rent and the bills for a year because she used her income tax. This was a slow process. It was steady. It was hard. The first 2 weeks, you're really without money. If you paid your rent up, the next 2 weeks, you get your paycheck, and 26 paychecks after that belong to you because your rent is already paid, which is what she realized. She pays all her bills once a month. She pays all her bills once a year, the beginning of the year. She goes to the bank twice a month for her monthly stipend, and no more than that. My mom is still able to save while she's in retirement, all thanks to her income tax. Thank you for listening, and thank me by using your income tax in order to secure your financial freedom. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Woo!